Hi, everyone. Welcome to our market update. We do this every Monday and Friday. We also do a chance to win $50 while giving you an update on the market update. And, we're going to start with the question because me and Dave were talking, trying to get the question going. And we thought it'd be fun to do something really close to our hearts.
And really original too. Like I never thought this question would come up, and I was amazed at how original of an idea you came up with, Vinnie. So hats off to you, my friend.
Thank you. All right. Who is the last relief pitcher to hit a grand slam in Major League Baseball as of July 9th, 2021? So if you're watching us later, things have changed, but July 9th, 2021. All right.
That is a really hard question, Vinnie, and my hat's off to you for being able to come up with such a good question.
Thank you. All right. Now let's talk about a good question. How are rates doing?
Boom. For those of you who have been asleep all week and your lender never called you or your realtor or anybody, in case you did not know this, all week, well, basically Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Thursday was the best day of the week to lock in interest rates. This week has actually been phenomenal. It's been one of our best weeks in months. So if your lender did not call you to lock in your rate this week, there was something wrong, or you weren't eligible to lock your loan yet. So, I mean, we had things dip back down into the 2.5% range on FHA, VA on purchases. Let's do APR 2.6. And once again, on VA refinances back down at 2.25. I mean, that was unheard of. And there's more. And high balance stuff dropped back down to 2.875, APR 2.90. Want me to do my disclosure? No, I'm not going to do it. It's like those commercials with the annoying disclaimer at the end. So for those of you out there who are going, holy cow, like the last 6 weeks, I lost some purchasing power because rates did go up, which is totally true, but it wasn't like they were high. They came back down, and, very, very interesting, because the reason why they came down almost makes no sense, except for the data confirms what we've been kind of talking about, where there is now deemed a looming recession to hit in about a year to a year and a half from now.
Oh. All right. So our buddy Manuel has a question. How are rates for rental properties or vacation homes? And something to think about right here. Okay. Now, if you don't know the difference between rental properties and vacation home, I know David's going to get into it, but it's going to factor in distance from where you currently live. What is it? It's a 60-mile radius?
60-mile radius is what we want.
Or
if it's dramatically different. So let's use a unique analogy. This Vinnie may understand this better than I do. Let's say you live in outskirts of Santee or outskirts of Escondido, and all of a sudden, for some strange reason, you want to buy a downtown condo right next to Petco Park that looks into the bottom of the park because you love baseball. We may be able to do that, even if it's not breaking the 60-mile mark. If your property is totally different, like you own a house way out east and you want to buy a condo downtown because you're a fanatic that overlooks the ballpark and it's totally different, sometimes we can make that work too. Not always, but sometimes if you have a justifiable reason, we can actually do that.
All right, now let's get back to Manuel's question. How are rates looking for those kind of properties?
Amazing. Like, it depends. Your question's kind of vague because it depends on if they're single unit properties, 2 units, 3 units, 4 units, or condos.
Let's go with single units.
Single unit. Wow. You dip back down to the 3.5% mark on investor owned properties.
Man, and you're talking about probably about a year or so ago, 3.5% was prime for primary residence. It was great for a primary residence. So that's fantastic right there. Okay. Oh, so we're talking about basically inventory buying, rates still good. We've been talking about it, and I'm going to say it till I'm blue in the face.
Don't become a Smurf. Please don't become a Smurf, Vinnie.
Hopefully not. inventory is slowly trickling up. We're almost at 3,000 properties. We were at 2,000 properties in San Diego County about 3 months or so ago, maybe 3.5 months. We're at about 2,900 and change properties right now. We've gone drastically up. Now we'll see. I mean, we'll see where it takes us, but you're definitely seeing a slowdown to the market right now. I mean, we don't know where the market's going to go in the next couple of months, but if you're thinking about selling, I would just say take advantage of it now. Inventory slowly trickling back up. Now, mind you, we're at 3,000. We were at 7,000 about 2 years ago. Okay, so we have a ways to go, mind you.
Just a little. How many weeks is that? Maybe 3 weeks of inventory now?
Yeah, roughly. And in a balanced market, you want about 6 months of inventory.
Let's be clear about that. So, Vinnie, could you say that again for those of us?
So in a balanced market, you want 6 months of inventory. So that means if no other properties go on the market at the rate the property are selling, how fast they'll be taken off the market. So in a balanced market, you want 6 months of inventory. We haven't sat at 6 months of inventory for a while in San Diego County. Yet we were sitting probably about 2 weeks of inventory, a week and a half of inventory in some micro markets about a couple months back. Okay, so we're drastically on that direction. We're slowly trickling up a little bit, but relative to a balanced market, we're still very seller heavy. Okay, so be aware of that. If you're looking to take advantage of the market, take advantage of it as soon as possible. I've been getting so much positive feedback, okay, on the hyper focus of different communities. So I wanted to just jump in there. Okay, so we got Lemon Grove over here. We've had that 25%, roughly 25% jump up, 22% year to date. If you look at how many more properties were sold so far this year compared to last year, okay, mind you, we had kind of a closing down and things happened there, but you see that jump right there?
There was a closing down for something. There was something odd that changed our whole market and world.
Yes, very, very COVID. Now, Mission Valley is condo based. This is very interesting. You've actually seen in June, and mind you, it's just taking one small focus of it, but you actually saw the median sales price actually go down in June this year compared to last year. That's one of the rare communities you've actually seen that in. But as a whole, right, year to date, we're talking only a smaller jump, so nothing as drastic, right?
But that makes sense, Vinnie, because that's a lot more condos. And with this pandemic that went on, a lot of people exited condos and are moving towards bigger houses. So that kind of makes sense. So there may be a deal right there if somebody's willing to jump in and grind somebody out.
That was more so, I think, beginning of the year when that happened. If you look at it now, it's a little bit more of a cooling down of it. But that was definitely very big in downtown San Diego. So something interesting I thought was look at the now Ranch Santa Fe, especially in the detached community there, because there's a lot more detached. You're talking about double the sales in year to date from this year to last year. I mean, more than double the sales.
I got to say something, Vinnie, just because you'll relate to this. I was actually in Rancho Santa Fe last night at the Equestrian Center.
Oh, there you go.
I got a private tour out there by one of my clients that works there, and I got to pet $1 million horses, which I've never petted $1 million horse. But last night, I actually petted $1 million horses. So if you got that kind of money and you're in Rancho Santa Fe, that's pretty impressive.
You got to be very careful to pronounce horses.
Horses.
Yeah, I mean, we say it really quick. It sounded a little different. $1 million. Plural.
Oh no, I didn't pet any of those. Wow, that was woo.
So I'm just looking out for you right there.
Thanks, player.
Oh, Manuel again. Ranch Santa Fe, where Vinnie lives, right?
Yes, that is exactly where Vinnie lives. You are 100% correct. I was right outside of Vinnie's house, and the security kind of, that beating on the back of my head from your security guard, Vinnie, was totally not appreciated. I did not need that.
Next time you can stay away from my horses. Don't pet them.
Okay.
Pet them. All right, so I'm not sure. I got some text messages, but Who was the last relief pitcher to hit a grand slam in Major League Baseball? Text to win. We've hit our 10-minute mark. Hey, we went short and quick. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe. Please share. If you have any questions, reach out to myself or David. Have a great one, everyone. Bye.
Thank you.